Take us away.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the That Got Dark podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Austin Swan.
And I'm Logan Peterson.
So, we've had some technical difficulties in recording episode 2.
You may notice that this is, I believe, a month later.
Yeah, it's been a while. It wasn't really even in recording that the issues were. We just had some issues with the files transferring, getting that all posted together. But
believe it or not, this is our first podcast. We don't really have all this stuff on our knowledge base, I guess would be the word.
yeah, we're idiots, to put it simply.
Wait, you're an idiot?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if this is gonna work out. We only hold intellectual, smart, provocative conversation here. We really want to get our audience's brain churning with sort of like this, like a flow, like a thought, you know?
Churning, like boner butter.
Okay, I guess.
There you go.
So
that's the kind
starts
of
us
that's the kind of high IQ that Mr. Logan wants for his podcast.
Boner butter
Boner butter.
is what is that? Okay. Don't tell me yet. I want to try and guess what this is. It is either a sort of lubricant, just like a term for lubricant as like a sort of punch word for it, or it's a very not clean residue that is on a penis, typically an uncircumcised one. Those are my guesses.
Oh, I'm just gonna go with the blatantly obvious one. It's a tub of butter with a single hole drilled straight to the bottom.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, man. Ask the boner butter guy.
The boner butter guy. Is that a individual?
Yeah.
Are you the boner butter guy?
That's what they called me in high school.
Why would they call you that in high
You
school?
fuck one tub of butter in high school.
Why? Okay, forget about you fucking a tub of butter in high school. Why does people in high school know about your boning butter escapades?
How do I say this without getting arrested by the FBI?
Just don't talk about the things you normally talk about.
Okay,
But
so
then we don't have a podcast, so we have to toe that line. We walk the razor's edge.
so hypothetically, a guy that I know once
Okay.
was in the middle of study hall,
Okay.
and hypothetically, I was told from a different guy that he stood on top of the table,
Okay.
fully nude. Again, this is all,
Okay.
hypothetical,
Right.
and I was just told this.
Yes, I understand.
And he proceeded to pile drive a tub of butter for 35 minutes and 42 seconds while fighting off police officers.
Why did this hypothetical person gets 35 minutes in before someone managed to stop you? This hypothetical person.
I was told from somebody that I know
Okay.
that he was really greasy and slippery because of all the butter.
Oh.
So it was hard for them to restrain.
Do you think he
this
pre-buttered himself?
He definitely. He probably did.
You're just assuming.
It wasn't a part of the story, so I don't know. But
Oh.
I feel like he must have pre-buttered himself to have been that evasive.
Oh, so if my lubricant definition is also correct, he used boner butter so that he could boner butter. That's what you're saying. Or bone butter.
This is a tongue twister that nobody ever wanted.
So you ever do you've taken band, but have you ever taken like any singing or drama class at all? No. Oh, okay. No.
Yeah, and I have one time.
Or any sort of those club activities.
Yeah, I have one time walked into the choir room.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Okay, so a lot of the times for those more theatrical stuff, you start off by doing tongue twisters to get your sort of like mind in like loose lips, I guess.
I know, like the red leather, yellow leather,
yes, the
rubber baby
red,
boogie bumpers.
Yeah,
And
you go like that. One of them is Betty bought a bit of better butter.
you could just throw a boner in there, and that's good.
Betty bought a bone to better butter. Betty boned a bit of better butter.
Betty bought a bit of better boner butter.
Ooh, that's good too. All right, well, so welcome to episode 2 of the That Got Dark podcast.
By the way, if you are a musician, I do expect royalties if you ever use this.
Yeah, we're gonna just so you are aware this is already copyrighted as of us posting this video, and there's no way that that's not factually accurate. Yeah. How you been, Austin? What's been the haps? What's been going on in Swan life?
Honestly, a lot of working.
Yeah.
Split between 2 jobs right now, so just kind of grinding the day away, and
Yeah. Building up that nest egg. That's my goal.
yeah.
Any lady friends?
We've been having some lady friends.
That's more than what's going on in my life. I've been working and playing Stardew, so the only woman in my life is Penny,
Ooh,
and I stand by
Penny.
that choice. Everyone I meet is always like Abigail, or if they're a girl, they typically go Sebastian, and I go, but Penny's so sweet.
Penny is a nice choice.
Yeah,
She is too nice, though.
almost.
I will stand by the fact I could not date a Penny.
Yeah, she's
You
almost.
fucking
I keep.
dick. You fucking dick.
I didn't silence my phone.
You
did
didn't
I?
silence your fucking
You
phone,
want to
Logan.
silence my phone for me then?
You absolute monster.
You're just gonna hand it to me. I'll do it. Jesus
You
Christ!
fucking monster.
I am so sorry. What an
You
unprofessional.
ruined the podcast.
Seriously, it's fine. Wait, why are we even discussing this? We can just cut this.
We could, but we're not going to. Because I want everyone to know that you ruined the podcast.
Craig, please cut this.
Craig, I will fucking kill your
He
family.
won't kill your family.
God damn it!
Please stand by. That Got Dark is experiencing technical difficulties. For now, please enjoy this music.
Boom, 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 boom.
All right, take us away.
Hey guys, I'm back with a new microphone.
Do we want to go into what happened to your previous microphone?
What do you mean?
You just said you came in with a new microphone.
I mean, just, it happens. Sometimes you just switch out microphones.
There's no reason whatsoever why you need a new
Sometimes
new
technical
microphone.
difficulties happen, and you just replace the expendable computer parts, such as a microphone.
Yeah, that's the expendable part of the audio podcast.
I can do the rest of this without audio to show you how easy it is.
That'd be interesting. We could have like a weird segment where I'm just sitting here talking to no one. That also would work. This is not that segment. All right, so we're back. Sorry about whatever the interlude. I'm sure I'll figure out something to put in there.
I'm sure it's going to be something great.
I doubt it. We're not very creative people.
I mean, but I'm sure we have a very large budget for that sort of thing.
Oh. I mean, I suppose we can pull ideas from, like, Anthony or Craig.
I'm sure we could probably drop at least $600 to $700 on something to put in there.
Okay. Right. Where were we? What were we talking about before? You needed a new microphone?
It was a long way to Best Buy, and I'm not entirely sure what we were talking about.
Right. What is... Oh, okay. Sorry about that. So I was at work the other day, and I had a very amusing experience happen to me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So I was standing there. My job consists of running reports, number crunching, that sort of thing. I do a thing called a release report, though. where I send the release to basically all the guys who work there. I'm being vague, but it's called a release report. However, the longer it takes, the more irate I get, because it can be a nightmare if it gets really big. So I went out loud, because it was only like 2 little things on the release report. So I out loud yelled to the rest of the office, went, "Yeah, there's nothing better than a small release." And they all just kind of looked at me, and I didn't understand why for about 13 seconds, which is a long time to not understand why no one's talking to you.
Yeah. I had a very similar story.
Okay.
It involves a guy that I know.
You know a lot of guys.
And hypothetically, a tub of butter. But yeah.
Okay, so it's just the same guy.
The same guy, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Same story.
so
probably.
tub butter guy.
Tub butter guy. We already went through it. It's pretty much the same story. Just like the end.
Him yelling, "Yeah, there's nothing better than boning a tub of butter."
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, and then
I
proceeding to
heard,
get
hypothetically.
tased 3 times.
I heard that tasers hurt
Oh, I've never been
because
tased.
of the conductiveness of butter.
Oh. All right. So just to start us off, this is gonna be our first time asking for anything. $100 on Patreon. I will slather Austin in butter, and we will tase him. When we'll put the video up on our on the channel as like a sort of a secondary supplementary episode.
Yeah, works for me. I'm down to get tased and lathered in butter. Sounds like a good time.
In that order.
And then in the opposite order for an extra 50.
Ooh. 150. We tase him. Butter. We tase him. We get his results. Like how bad
Yeah.
was it?
It's a scientific study.
Okay, so we'll have the control, which is we tase him without butter, and then we have the experiment where we tase him with butter to see if the conductivity of butter increases the pain.
Or decreases the pain.
It might, because you're all soothed.
Yeah. If you are a scientific mind with a little extra cash hanging around from your stimulus checks or
We're
your
willing
tax
to be
returns,
these guinea pigs.
We're
Or butter pigs.
willing to be your tub butter guys.
Butter pigs. Just makes me laugh. We'll be your butter pigs. Oh, that's brilliant. What?
I'm just thinking now of like imagine like a rodeo, right?
Uh-huh.
But instead of like guys riding around on horses, like kind of like lasso cows, it's just like 4 dudes with 1 pig that's just covered in butter.
Yeah, it's
And
like the
you just
greased up
gotta-
pig thing.
Yeah,
gotta
and
catch
you
a
just
greased
gotta
pig.
you just gotta catch the butter pig.
Except it's just me naked in a
Except it's
field,
me.
slathered
And
in.
everyone is armed with a taser.
Yeah, I don't think we could get Country Crock to sponsor this one.
Honestly, I think I could manage it.
Oh, that'd be the best thing that would ever happen. So Country Crock sponsored us for way more than $150. So here we are with 4 guys, 4 horses, and me and a tub of butter.
Listen, we have a new studio now. We have full recording equipment, and our podcast is advertised on every tub of butter within
Dude, that'd be a
100-mile radius.
Dude, imagine going to the fucking dairy aisle at fucking Kroger's and just walking up and be like, calcium enriched, what the fuck?
Me naked, covered in butter.
And then they can come back, they'll be like, what is this? I guess I'll see a butter podcast? They come back and we're talking about Jurassic Betty
Jurassic
White.
cookbooks.
Jurassic cookbooks. Oh, we could put the tase butter in the cookbook.
All right, that's it. Another Patreon goal. Send us all of your money, and we will release the cookbook.
Okay. Once we start, like, if this ever kicks off, we'll definitely have that in like our merch stuff. Is the official That Got Dark podcast. It just includes some normal recipes that all include like dark meat, and it'll have all the recipes that we talk about on the show.
Would we be able to label this as like a cooking podcast?
I think we could get into that market. I feel like that's a definite thing, especially if we get sponsored by butter. It's hard to get into the big butter game. Or so
Yeah,
I've heard.
I'm just saying, like, I feel like
I mean, to be fair, you got into the big butter game pretty easily. I mean, you heard someone got into
I
the
heard
big
of a
butter
guy.
game. Of a guy who got into the big butter game pretty easily.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm just saying, like, it would be nice to see, like, Gordon Ramsay at, like, number 5 for, like, cooking podcasts. And then just, like, That Got Dark at number 4.
Okay, let's be realistic. We won't surpass Gordon Ramsay, but I feel like we can get a 6th. You know, like,
I'm fine with
he's
that.
a 5, we're at 6. I'm okay with that.
I'm just saying, if our podcast is on the same level of Gordon Ramsay in terms of cooking,
We're
and
gonna
we're
slay
talking
below.
about lathering ourselves in butter and getting tased, I feel like that is an accomplishment.
Maybe that's a
in itself.
culinary experience. We don't know. I don't know of anyone.
Does the butter taste better?
I don't know. You do. I don't know of anyone that has been tased well buttered, so I can't argue the point of whether that's a great culinary experience or not.
Maybe it makes the butter taste better.
Maybe you go zzz, lick your lips, and I'm sure that was great for audio.
Listen, some people enjoy getting electrocuted while having the sexy time, and other people enjoy getting electrocuted while they're eating butter.
You know, you go to the carnival, you get fried butter. This is close to that,
Yeah.
except you're the fried butter. Do you think we talked about fried butter enough?
I think we have maybe a good minute and a half left of butter talk.
Oh, dude. Okay, if we could change the name of this podcast, it would go straight to Butter Talk. You know that, right? Hi, I'm Logan Peterson. That's Austin Swan, and we're Butter Talk. That's how you get behind Gordon Ramsay.
There you go. We could do like a show after the show. We'll call it Butter Talk.
I can't wait to draw the MS Paint for this one already. I'm fucking crying. If you have noticed so far on the episodes, at the end of it, I've been putting MS Paint drawings of some of the stuff we talk about, and they're getting progressively better.
There is if you're looking at like a
I'm such
tier
a great
list.
artist.
You're looking at like a tier list.
Uh-huh.
Ringo Starr is at like number 3.
Oh my god, I fucking saw those. This is so stupid.
And Logan is slowly coming up on number 4 for his
Dude, we're just
MS
behind
Paint
all the great
skills.
celebrities. I'm happy with this. Ringo Starr. If I could just surpass Ringo Starr, my life would be complete.
I'm finally better
I'll
than
end this
Ringo
goddamn-
Starr. You're more famous than Ringo Starr? No,
That's
no,
not
I'm
what I
just a
said.
better MS Paint artist than he is.
What did you... Okay. Oh, man. It's like... Unless you have Parkinson's, you could get that title. I apologize to anyone in the audience who has Parkinson's.
They're not going to be able to click on the right podcast anyways.
I'm assume you're in the same boat as the Alabamians. Alabamians? Alabamers.
I would say ask them, but I'm sure they have no idea either.
I'm from Alabama. That's not what I'm asking.
What do we call you? Stupid? Ah,
Jesus.
I usually do, but
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm sorry, Alabamans. I'm sorry for everything we've said. I realize now that the Butter Podcast would just sail in Alabama. Naked guys with slathered in butter getting tased. That's like every headline from Alabama.
it seems right up their alley, you know?
Yeah, it's not crazy enough for Florida, man. But
no,
it's
Florida, we'd need to be doing some like weird sex stuff while getting chased and covered in butter.
you mean like boning a tub of butter.
Yeah, but like also while on like bath salts.
That's fair. Oh man, that's such a great roundabout way of bringing it all together. The
It's
butter.
all connected.
Welcome to Butter Talk.
All these squares make a circle.
The square circle goes in the circle peg.
Where did the square piece go? In the circle.
We gotta stop directing other things in the.
We're just gonna keep bringing everything up.
That's beautiful.
Here's a new mini game you can play while you're listening to the podcast.
How many references?
Every reference that you get, track it down, keep a point, and at the end of the podcast, however many points you have, that's how many people in your family you have to kill. You have to kill all of those people.
I thought it was gonna be a prize.
It is a prize.
Wait, what?
You're creating offerings for the great Lord above. All hail the old gods and all of their divine power.
Oh, speaking of old gods,
Oh.
I've been I've been in the works. I wanted to surprise you on air. We've been talking from our first episode. Turns out Cthulhu, big fan.
Cthulhu's a big fan?
Big fan, man.
Oh my god. That is probably the best news I have ever
So
received in my life.
Reached out to me with his little tentacle, and he said, "Hey," and I said, "I don't understand that," and he went, and I went, "Okay." So that's the extent of my conversation with Cthulhu. I assume you wanted something, but I have no idea.
Do you think you wanted to be on the podcast?
Maybe I had a definite vibe where he was trying to stick something inside me, and so maybe.
He's trying to stick knowledge inside of you. The knowledge that he wants to be on the podcast. That's the only thing that this could mean.
That is true. I can't think of a single other thing that Cthulhu, the old god, would want with a lowbrow, not unpopular podcast like ourselves.
Hey, we're not unpopular anymore. Cthulhu's a fan.
If Cthulhu's a fan, that means all the Cthulhu fans will eventually become fans.
There you go.
We gotta talk to Cthulhu and friends and see which demographics we can start going for. I'll get Betty White and Godzilla if you want to get Mecha Hitler and who the fuck else was it?
Mike Tyson.
And Mike Tyson. I don't think Mike Tyson was part of the Jurassic Friends.
Well, no, but I just want to reach out to him. He was on Joe Rogan's podcast, so like I feel like that's a benchmark for us. We need to get Mike Tyson on the show.
Yeah. We gotta stop mentioning Joe Rogan's podcast. I feel like we bring it up every time.
I feel like I bring it up every time.
I have not seen any of Joe Rogan's podcasts.
It's a good podcast.
That's what everyone says.
Not as good as this podcast, but it's a good one.
I mean, this podcast is the best podcast. I mean, we're fourth behind Gordon Ramsay.
Fourth behind Gordon Ramsay. In cooking, surprisingly.
Butter Talk's big, man.
Butter Talk.
We haven't even finished this episode, but it's already blown up.
Butter Talk. It's trending on Twitter right now. Butter Talk.
Dude,
Trending on Twitter.
Remind me to do that when I do all the social media posts for this. Hashtag Butter Talk. You think that'll reach out to the fans?
Oh yeah, that'll really blow up.
Oh, dude. Okay. So I was gonna make some shirts for us, but by the next time we posted, I think by the time I get this episode posted, which will be another month, I want to get some shirts made. I was gonna do just like a cookbook with Betty White's face on it, but I kind of want just like a gross like white yellow tee that just says Butter Talk on it. Oh, it's beautiful. I don't know why.
Just butter my
I don't know why it
biscuits.
tickles me so much. That's so funny to me. Oh man.
All right. Well, on a different note, you ready for story time?
Take us away.
Okay. So story time.
All right.
This one happened to a guy who I know who happens to be me.
Okay. Can I ask you one quick question to interrupt before we get started on your story time?
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
The guy that you heard about who was banging the tub of butter,
Hypothetically.
speaking, boning butter.
Yes.
The
boner butter guy. Yep.
the butter buddy.
Butter buddy.
Yeah. Was that you?
Hey guys. So welcome back to story time.
We're not putting another technical difficulties in that section. All right, go back to story time. I just wanted to bring that up.
So I was actually talking with Logan about this just before the podcast, and I thought it was a very heartwarming story of overcoming your obstacles and a little battling through adversity and really just reaching your goals.
Before we started?
Yeah, just before we started. So
Oh.
So back about 8 years ago, I had purchased the Mortal Kombat arcade set for my Xbox 360.
Okay.
Okay. So I was playing like Mortal Kombat 1 through 3. I was big into it, so I was playing it on like the hardest difficulty, and I was trying to grind through like the final like towers, right?
Okay, I know nothing about the
Spent
game.
about 3 hours making it to the final boss. Now this was basically a port for an arcade game, and if arcade games like to do anything, they like to steal your money, right?
That's fair.
So they give you just enough hope that you keep putting money in. The final boss does not give you hope.
He just crushes you.
Yeah, if you get hit once, you die because he just puts you in an infinite loop, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here I spend about 4 hours getting to the boss. And then I spend 8 hours on the boss.
And in the air.
Dying.
And on the ground.
Dying.
Yeah.
And dying. So, finally got it.
Do the computers use fatalities on you?
No, they usually don't.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I've seen one. I could be wrong, but I don't think I've seen one.
I don't know
Maybe
why
the
they
newer
wouldn't.
ones they do, but back in the arcade.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, I finally got him. You have to win 2 times. I won the first time, got him down to a little bit of health, real excited. I run up, go to land the finishing blow, and he teleports behind me and proceeds to just fuck my shit up.
Juggle you. Yeah, that's always fun.
Yeah, so we go to the 3rd round. It's me versus this boss.
Dun, 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 dun.
Things are getting heavy.
Okay.
So I go up, I just start whooping the shit out of him. I'm feeling confident. I'm like, this is it. I've trained my whole life for this. You know, Eye of the Tiger's playing in the background.
And by your whole life, you mean about the last 4 hours.
The last like 12, yeah. And I finally had enough after he whooped my ass that time. And I fucking got up, fucking dropped my controller. I walked over to my iPod Touch and I folded that motherfucker like a flip phone. I swear, I grabbed it and I bent the
Like a-
screen so that the speaker on the bottom and on the top were touching.
Like a quesadilla.
I turned my iPod Touch into a quesadilla, and I gave up on my dreams, and I uninstalled Mortal Kombat, and just have not touched it since.
I said quesadilla because I couldn't think of another thing you flip like that. I don't know, like a sandwich maybe, but I couldn't think of like a better folding motion besides a quesadilla because that's what I do with quesadillas. I was gonna say pizza, but not everyone does like the fold your pizza in half thing to get the full like scoop.
Who the fuck doesn't do the fold your pizza thing? The fucking
I'm gonna
dumbass
out-
from
I'm
Barstool?
No, I'm gonna out him because of the whole he didn't get us beer debacle from episode 1.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
No, hold on. Let me finish before you tirade, because you're gonna tirade. He does the whole thing where he eats with a fork and knife the inside of a pizza first. Craig, you got anything to say for yourself?
I'll fucking kill you.
That's what I figured.
I'm killing his fucking family. I'm gonna fucking do it. This is the episode where I fucking kill his family.
We can't. We need him.
We don't need his fucking family.
You gotta stop threatening. Listen, if you kill his family, you will have nothing more to threaten him with.
I don't think that's true.
Okay. What else would you have?
I'd fucking dip him in a butter him up and just taste the shit out of him.
Again, maybe that's a culinary experience. You might be rewarding him.
I might be, but you know what? Maybe it's, after
Maybe it's
I kill the
just
family,
really painful.
after I kill the family, maybe it's time we start trying positive reinforcement.
Oh, Craig, you want to join us on Butter Talk? And we're back. So just so you're aware, when you started off story time, you said before we were talking before we started about 8 years ago. This story of overcoming adversity and doing all this stuff. I thought you were going to talk about how we were discussing very briefly Flint, Michigan.
They're starting. Like something's happening there.
Oh, they are?
I don't know. I assume.
I thought all I heard was, "Hey, we got a plan," and that
Yeah,
was
that's a
like
start.
What was that? February, January? I'm
That's
not
a
up to date on
start,
current
you know?
events. But yeah, so after like 10 years, it looks like there's some people talking maybe possibly about Flint, Michigan and getting them help. Tell you what, if for every $150 that we receive on the Patreon, not only will we throw in, obviously the Taze butter, but we'll also Taze butter someone from Flint, Michigan.
And you know what? There's a lot of things people are saying that like it's just a horrible place to be in Flint, Michigan. There's so much like problems they've been going through for so long.
Mm.
But at the end of the day, like, is it really that bad? Like, they could be in Alabama.
I think depending on what parts of Alabama you are, you could go down to the swamp and take a drink, and it's still probably better than Flint, Michigan.
Well, yeah, but you also have to live in Alabama.
Ooh, I didn't even think about
Like,
that.
the water thing is one thing, but like living in Alabama, like,
I bet there's a lot less mosquitoes in Flint, Michigan on account of the water being so bad.
Yeah.
Would you take worse water or less mosquitoes and less child incest? Did I say that out loud?
We're talking about Alabama, not the Vatican.
Woof.
Oh,
Listen,
making a lot of enemies.
that's what we do. In order to make allies, you gotta make enemies. The enemy of my enemy is also my enemy. 'Cause
And listen,
we insult everybody equally.
Listen,
We're all
we're-
about equality here.
we're obviously going for a butter sponsorship, and who hates the church and Alabama more than butter?
I feel like Alabama's a big consumer of big butter.
And that's why Big Butter hates Alabama.
Really?
They don't have enough butter to send anywhere else.
Oh shit.
You know how much money butter could be making in shipping overseas?
Ooh, exporting butter.
You know how much money they could make? A
Probably.
lot. You know why they can't?
Because the
Because you have
shipping of
people in
butter to other
Alabama
countries.
just sticking their hands in vats of it and eating it and making candles out of it, making pants out of butter and just wearing them around town.
I don't think that you could export butter very effectively.
I feel like you easily could export butter.
No, I feel like it probably just stops being butter by the time it gets overseas to where it's going. Butter's usually grown quite locally, isn't it?
Yes, my butter trees are all very local. I have 3 of them in the backyard right now.
Okay,
I
well,
usually go and pick a stick every day before I cook my breakfast.
pick a stick. Pick a stick of butter, baby. Ah, that's beautiful. No, I mean, like, in terms of, like, shipping it overseas, I can't imagine it's a very quick process. And I don't know how long butter shelf life is.
Have you ever thrown away a stick of butter for being bad?
Yes? I'm not a healthy individual. But I'm not unhealthy enough to consume sticks of butter by myself.
Butter lasts forever.
No. I feel like I don't know if that's true, and you could be just saying that to me, or you could be
Listen,
telling the truth.
They say that diamonds are forever.
But butter talk is immortal.
Butter talk is immortal.
Oh man, it's so
You
beautiful.
can't get away from butter.
If we keep going back to it, what is happening? We've been talking about butter for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, when I said we have at least a minute 30 left of butter talk,
Times 10.
I was definitely
Yeah, we're at 20,
Cutting a little short.
20. Yeah, I think it's been the last 15 minutes we've been talking. Well, no, because we started off with butter talk, didn't we?
yeah, no, like the first like 15 to 20 minutes of this where we were just talking about butter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, what is happening? This isn't gonna go anywhere.
We're gonna get sued.
Big Butter's gonna come down on us.
Butter's gonna crack the hammer. We're ruining their brand. We're either getting sued or we're getting a sponsorship.
They're like, listen, we'll give you money if you stop talking about butter.
Listen, what podcast do you know that has this butter sponsorship?
No one.
That's
it's
an
all
untapped
just,
market.
It's all just shaving your groin and shaving your face.
Yeah. It's just razors for your balls.
God, those are fucked up, man.
Yeah, there's some weird commercials with that.
What's funny is that this is going to be cut out because as soon as episode 2 comes out, we'll get a Manscaped sponsorship.
Manscaped.
You said the word Manscaped.
Sponsorship.
I don't think you can just will it into existence, a la make your dreams come true.
What does an olive have to do with this?
Allah. Don't. I know where you're going. Just straight face him in the don't. Listen, we've already burned one religion here. Let's just
I
not.
feel like I just pissed off my dad. Just the stare I just got.
Don't.
No.
I'm just disappointed in you right now.
Oh,
Oh, that's brilliant.
that's good.
Okay, so where do we go from Butter Talk? How do we? What's the next step after Butter Talk? Because we got to move on from Butter.
We have to move on from butter.
Just for the rest of this episode.
Just for
We
the
can
rest of
come
the
back.
episode.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like we've spent an appropriate amount of Butter Talk.
Appropriate amount of butter talk. I'm not sure there's a thing, but we can continue. So we've been pretty into Magic the Gathering lately.
You might say that.
Um,
I'm currently not sitting next to like $1,000 worth of cards.
yeah, there's we have quite a bit of cards. But yeah, we're gonna date this year, see how long it takes for this episode to get up from when we're recording it. We had Time Spiral drop not that long ago, and I was just opening up some boxes yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, I won't spend too long on this because I know not a lot of people like Magic the Gathering.
Mm.
But really cool set, a lot of fun. Just the old cards really add like
Wizards
a
of the
little
Coast, if
extra
you want to
flavor.
sponsor us, please. We need something. God damn.
Magic, butter, something. Somebody give us money.
Butter magic, magic butter,
Butter
tase,
butter magic.
tase magic, tase butter, butter tase,
Tasers.
tase magic, magic tase, tase butter,
Tasing magic butter.
tase. Ooh, magic butter that tases you. Anyways,
But yeah, I just went through.
there was, speaking of trading cards. Or sorry, you were saying something. I didn't mean to interrupt.
But yeah, there's a lot of really cool shit in there.
There's a couple. There's some interesting stuff.
One of the weirder ones because a lot of the price value behind it is solely in like hollows.
That's
which is,
interesting.
strange for me, but
Despite we like to make fun of our Pringle can favorites.
yes, Pringle can cards.
The hollow ones, they bend quite heavily just on their own for no goddamn reason.
Look like a fucking Pringle.
So we've been calling them Pringle cards, and we don't like using them because technically you can't use them. Because the next card, if it's like bent the hell to high heaven.
This is my Pringle.
Oh, I have the Pringle card next. Don't worry, I'll be playing Pringle. Anyways,
Solely Pringles.
so many options for sponsorships today.
Pringles, sponsor us.
I personally am a huge fan of.
And I also enjoy.
Okay, now that we have allotted some space for us to enter in whatever they're currently trying to sell, I think that's a good place for it.
Yeah, Pringles. If you sponsor us, I will, in 9.5 months, I will have a beautiful little baby girl. I want to have a daughter.
We're gonna keep coming back to it every time. Literally every time I talk to you, I think we bring up that Bo Burnham bit.
Yeah, probably. It's a good one.
So you can finally have someone around the house who can fit their hand inside a Pringles
I
can.
got fucking big ass hands.
You have big ass hands.
I can't, like, if I eat like 4 Pringles, that's as far as I can get my hand into the Pringle can.
That's fair. I think your hand like dwarfs mine. Like I think very average hands. I don't think they're small, but they're definitely not large. I don't like how that sounded.
You want to keep going about how average you are, Logan?
My average hands can fit fairly well into an average Pringle size Pringles can. Yeah.
By the way, they're referred, like, everyone's like, it's like the Pringles can, right?
Yeah. Well, there's two types. There's the 2 different cans they got now.
Well, but is it a fucking can, first of all?
Well, they have the little ones that are made out of metal,
Well, yeah.
and the original ones were like that weird aluminum
But
spiral.
now it's just like a...
Now they're
It's
plastic.
like, yeah, it's like a fucking tube. It's like cardboard.
Can you not have a can that's not metal?
I don't know. It's just weird to refer to it. It's like they took like the middle of like a roll of paper towel and just filled it with fucking chips. You know? Like I don't know if I would refer to that as a
I think
can.
they used to have like that aluminum wrap around their like cardboard thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, yeah, but I still think it's more of a tube than a can.
Well, it also doesn't have the same ring. I'm gonna go down to the store and buy a tube of Pringles. You want one tube or two? I'm a two-tube kind of guy.
You gotta stack the flavors. 2 separate tubes.
That was a big thing for them for a while. Was like the stacking of the flavors to make things. Like they had the what was it? There was a pizza and the ranch one together. They were like they had a commercials where they're like stack different flavors on top of each other to make new
Yeah,
flavors.
it took Pringles until like 2018 to figure out what potheads have been doing since the 90s. Congratulations, Pringles.
I think you think they finally just hired that one guy's like nephew. He's like, dude, he needs a job, please. And he's like, yeah, man, you put the ranch and on the pizza, so it tastes like when you're eating pizza when you dip it in ranch. For those of you who are like, is that a fucking thing? It is a fucking thing. And fuck you. If you don't dip ranch in pizza, if you don't dip pizza in ranch, you're missing out. We can have the whole pineapple debate. I'm personally a pro pineapple kind of guy, and I don't judge other people based upon what kind of toppings they put on pizza. But
I will fucking judge the shit out of you if you don't enjoy ranch. Ranch goes on everything.
I was listening to, again, I'm gonna talk about a different podcast. I was listening to a podcast from the people I normally listen to, and they had a whole debate on what the best sauces were, like the best condiments, stuff like that. Equivocally, ketchup across the board.
Fuck ketchup.
Yeah, ketchup's like 5.
Ketchup is like, if you're like 5 years old, like, yeah, you should put that as your number 1. But if you're fucking 20 years old saying, yeah, I like ketchup the most, grow the fuck up.
Yeah,
grow the fuck up or you move to Alabama. There's no in between because they were fucking daft.
Average age like 30, late 20s, and they're like, yeah, I guess ketchup's technically the best condiment. I'm like, the whole time I'm listening, I'm just shaking my head like, excuse the. Here's their top 3 lists because they are all argued about where the placement was. Mm-hmm. Average, ketchup at number 1, then like mustard at 2. I'm like, wow, you guys are definitely people who made a podcast because you're 3 average white dudes. And
fucking white. That's like really white.
Yeah. And then their third was up for debate. It was between barbecue and they argued whether honey mustard was put in the mustard category.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
There's a definite difference between honey mustard and like French's yellow. Yeah.
Dijon mustard, like they're all separate things.
Yeah, they just taste nothing alike.
Yeah.
I like honey mustard. I fucking hate mustard.
Oh, I could fuck with mustard.
Yeah, I know. But the correct answer is ranch is number 1, ranch is number 2, and barbecue is number 3.
If I had to set it up, I would definitely do ranch, barbecue, and hot sauce.
You're a spicy guy.
I'm a pretty spicy guy.
I dabble in spice.
I'd actually probably put hot sauce in 2, barbecue in 3.
Yeah,
I don't need barbecue enough to justify it being.
I mix ranch and barbecue on pretty much everything.
Huh. Never mixed them.
I'm sorry I'm getting so heated. There's 3 things in my life that I care passionately about. I'm a sauce guy. If it's not a sandwich unless you can slurp it. I'm a liquids guy. I like soda. I'm a soda. I drink soda all the time.
Okay.
And then the third one we can't talk about for legal reasons.
But what about that guy you know? There's that guy you know who has the same list as you, but the third one is the thing.
Oh, right. So the guy that I know is exact same list as me. We were talking about it. I don't even know how long ago, but 17 seconds. And the third one was bone and butter.
You know that guy too?
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist going back to the butter thing. It's just there.
Can't avoid butter. All right, new list of sauces.
You can't escape.
Ranch, number 1. Hot sauce, number 2. Liquid butter, number 3. Barbecue at 4.
I'm not a big butter fan, if I'm going to be honest.
Really?
I hate to betray butter like this after all the giggles it's given us, but...
Oh my God, there's so much you can do with butter.
I know, butter's like it's the baseline for a lot of cooking and a lot of stuff like that, but the actual butter, whether it be like on something, I don't need it. People like, and this is gonna cause some maybe fight about this in the comments or just call me a shitlord, but like mashed potatoes, I don't have butter with them.
Really?
I'm not a big butter guy.
Oh my god, butter. You butter on your mashed potatoes?
I remember my sister all the time when she was like little, just to like freak our mom out, would just finger in the butter and just eat it.
My little sister, we'd go out to eat, and she's like 5 or 6, and she just open up the little cups of butter.
Oh, the little tiny
just
ones.
fucking
Like
lick
doing
the
shots
butter
of
out.
butter
Yeah.
as a 5-year-old.
Like a Jello shot, but it's just
shot,
butter.
shot. I'm fucking it up, ma.
Dude, like we'd show up, and it's like we're like waiting for our food, and all of the fucking butter at our table is like gone, and my mom's like reaching across to the next booth to grab more cups of
Jeez.
butter. The food comes, she'll take like 2 or 3 bites, and she's like, "I'm full."
Just like those little fucking weird squares that you
Yeah,
get like
yeah,
all
yeah.
over and just like, it's like sucking it out like a goddamn Jello shot. And we're back to butter.
Back to butter. Can't escape it.
There is no running. I think that's going to be the name of this episode is You Can't Escape Big Butter.
You can run,
But you can't bone.
you can hide, but you cannot escape boner butter. $2.99.
Get it now at your local grocery store. You know what the best part about me saying that was? We can just cut that and use that later when they actually do sponsor us.
Yeah, that'll be nice. We'll just cut to this clip.
Yeah, I'm just, I do the whole cutting and moving and moving all the waveforms just so that I don't have to say those 2 seconds of language.
It's just easier, you know.
That's just efficiency. That's how efficient people who eat butter are. Ask
butter.
Alabama; they're really efficient. Listen, if I know anything about Alabama, it's about how efficient they are.
They're really. I once saw a guy from Alabama, right?
Uh-huh.
He took the butter out of his fridge,
Okay.
put it on his counter, and left it out for 6 hours, right?
Uh-huh.
Came back, wasn't soft enough, so he just waited, okay, till the next day, right? Next day, came back, butter still wasn't soft enough.
What do you mean the butter's not soft
so then,
by then?
you know what he did?
Did he
Threw it
throw
in his microwave,
Oh.
because that's efficient.
2 days of waiting for your butter to be soft for whatever purpose you needed?
Yeah, you just needed some for toast.
Oh, I thought he took it to school with him.
Oh no, that one's just on toast. He's pretty efficient,
Okay.
pretty efficient guy.
Oh, he could slurp it like a smoothie.
You said you like liquids.
Listen, I do. I like drinking. I don't like alcohol that much. I still do it, but I drink a lot of soda. Water is the devil. I mean, people say I once thought my friends once thought I had rabies, just because I was afraid of water. I wasn't afraid of water. I'll fight water anytime. Fucking come at me, water. That's it. I'll insult the water people. I'm not afraid of it. But oh. But yeah, I drink a lot of soda, a lot of juice, a lot of lemonades.
Speaking of that, right? I just had an idea.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, like Disneyland, right? I think it's Disneyland.
Disneyland.
You can go to like the Harry Potter, like Diagon Alley.
Oh, I think that's Orlando Studios. I think you're thinking
Is
of.
it Orlando
Yeah, because that's
Studios?
Warner Brothers.
Yeah. So you go there, right? They have butterbeer. I'm just saying, we make our own butterbeer here.
Oh, okay, that was different than what I was going for.
A stick of butter
Okay, in a beer.
in a beer.
You just
Just
hold up.
like Harry
We just hold up a without the label. We hold up like a Miller Lite. And there's just a fucking stick of butter shoved in the fucking hole.
In the side.
Oh,
Put a
you
hole in the
shotgun it
side
and
and just
sealed
stab
the
it.
hole. Ah, that's beautiful. What I thought you were going for is another Patreon goal. We do a vlog. We go down and we have butter talk with Butterbeer at Orlando Studios.
That's a Patreon goal. We're gonna find out how much that's gonna cost us.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna add $600 to it, throw it up on the Patreon, and if we reach that,
Yeah.
we'll have butter talk with butterbeer, with the redheaded ginger, whatever his name is,
Ron
the
Weasley.
weasel.
You know his name. God damn. Okay.
Larry Schmatter and the weasel and
Tell you what. If we reach
the
that goal,
weasel's girlfriend.
if we reach that goal, I'll throw you a boner butter. If we reach the Butterbeer Orlando goal, I will donate 1 tub of butter any charity of your choice, audience.
Oh, that's risky.
I don't care. Listen,
Wow.
I'm living that butter life. You gotta live risky in the butter life. You're slipping, you're sliding. You don't know where you're at. Sometimes you're in you're balls deep in a tub of butter. You don't know how you got there. All you know is you're being tased in front of all your childhood friends.
That's fair. You know what? While we're on the topic of Patreon goals,
Okay.
every $100
Mm-hmm.
that we get on Patreon, I will eat a stick of butter.
Okay, no. See, I was on board until you said you were gonna eat the stick of. We should get Craig to do.
Every $100, every $6 that we get on Patreon, Craig will eat a stick of butter.
How much is a stick of butter? Like $1?
You can buy like 4 of them for like $2, $3.
Okay, every $2, we'll have Craig eat 2 sticks of butter.
50 cents. You donate 50 cents to the Patreon.
I'll
Craig,
donate the other.
Craig will eat a stick of butter.
He's vehemently shaking his head no, and he's making little prayer motions. Like
You
please
signed the
no.
contract, shit lord. This is what you're in for. 25 cents. Every 25 cents, a whole stick of butter.
You're gonna lower it to nothing, aren't you?
It's free. You just
it is.
open up our Patreon,
Yeah.
and I will force him to eat a stick of butter.
Are you gonna go after this? And just go to Patreon and then on our Patreon and just hit refresh over and over and over again to kill Craig.
I'm not gonna kill him.
Yeah, it'll kill him.
No, diabetes or heart failure. Something's gonna kill him, but it's
Right.
not me.
Well, I feel like you're the direct cause of his heart failure. Again, we need him.
I would say that is his own body being weak.
Again, we need him. I know he sucks, but we need him for the podcast. He just gave me the longest look, the most thousand-eyed glare of fine.
New Patreon goal. $5,000 so we can hire somebody to replace Craig.
And then
And then all of those butter donations that you guys are
Will
going to
come
get
rolling
from
in.
refreshing the page on Patreon.
he's gonna run. You know he's gonna run, right? But
He has a
imagine if
jacket
we
chip.
like, we could with that $5,000 we could hire someone just like always know like what's his address.
Oh, I know where he is all the time. I snuck into his house while he was sleeping the day
Right, but
after
if
he signed the
moves
contract.
because we fire him,
There's a tracking chip implanted somewhere in his body.
it's pretty hot.
I know where he is at all times.
Okay, so then we get his address, and then if he runs, we just mail sticks of butter to him until he's is either A, buried in butter, which is sort of like how this podcast started, and two, he films himself eating at least 5 sticks of butter in one sitting.
Every day.
Okay, well that's gonna kill him.
It's
We don't
not gonna
commit
kill him.
murder on record.
It's
If you want
not
to talk
murder
about
if he willingly eats the butter because of a contract he's obligated to follow.
No, I'm pretty sure there's clauses that say if a contract kills a person, it's void.
Well, it doesn't kill him.
It'll kill him
No, heart failure is going to kill him.
because of the butter.
He should have been practicing
We
healthy
okay.
eating
Two
more
things.
often.
Two things. One, we if we want to talk about killing Craig, I'm not saying we can't because we can't. So I'm saying we can't. We have to press stop on this recording and then go after we have the conversation. And two, if and just if we kill him out of butter, we ruin our sponsorships with butter.
Fuck!
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that is a... Huh.
Because they're not going to want to sponsor a podcast that's killed a guy with butter. They want us to
We'll give
be
him-
happy.
We'll give him tubs of I can't believe it's not butter.
Oh, if we take down their competition with margarine, Big Margarine's huge and taking profits out of that.
Big
That's
margarine
that's
going
Missouri.
down.
We got to start shitting on Missouri.
Fuck you, Missouri.
Yeah. It doesn't have the same. It doesn't feel right.
doesn't feel good.
Listen, Big Butter, you sponsor us, but we'll still shit on Alabama. It's not our fault.
Fuck you, Alabama.
Yeah, sorry, but we'll sponsor you happily, but we can't. We have to stay true to our roots. Oh man,
Roots of a butter tree.
oh the bit of a butter tree, dude. If there was butter trees, I
Or
think
is there in my backyard?
I don't think there wouldn't. I don't think there'd be humans.
No, there wouldn't.
Hey, you see this butter tree? You stick the fruit on anything, it tastes great. Shut up, Alabama.
You just eat the fruit. It's healthy. It's fruit.
It's fruit. It's a fucking food group. Like you're fucking.
Butter is considered fruit.
Dude,
and the whole
you know how
world
like
dies
in
for it.
like middle school or high school, or more specifically elementary school, they're like, all right, we gotta try and make sure we get all 5 food groups. Like you go for this 3rd grade, goes up to the lunch line, puts up his tray. They hand him like that loaf of pizza. They give him like 4 of those like weird colored potatoes and a stick of butter.
The carton of milk. This is like, all right, make sure you eat all of it.
I fucking love fruit.
Are you gonna finish your fruit? No.
Billy.
Can I have your fruit?
Billy, you don't want the fruit. Yeah, I want the fruit. Billy, no, I don't think you want the fruit. Yeah, man, I want the fruit.
We'll take some fruit.
Billy, where's your mom from? Don't make me say it.
That was the
Joke
day
is
that
Alabama.
Billy got the
It's always
shit kicked out of
Alabama.
him for no reason.
What did Alabama ever do to us? Besides existing.
Existing is a big one.
Right.
I think it all just stems from the fact that I'm a hateful person, and it's better to channel that hatred towards Alabama simply because they deserve it
Oh.
than to let that hate flow out to people who don't deserve it.
Have you ever let your hate flow out to people who didn't deserve it?
Yes. It's happened a couple of times.
All right, give me an example.
Like right now, I've been sitting at this table with you recording for about an hour, and
Oh my God, it
boy,
is.
have I fucking hated you the entire time.
So how about that Alabama? Fuck those guys,
Yeah,
right?
see, doesn't this suck?
Why?
Yeah.
But I'm like the Bonnie to your Clyde.
You're also a fucking prick, so
Sometimes, I try not to.
yeah.
be.
See, this is what happens when I don't shit on Alabama. Do you like this?
No.
Yeah. So I say we just leave it be. Don't bring up the Alabama thing again, and we'll be fucking flying.
Okay.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay.
How about that Craig guy, huh?
Fuck Craig.
Yeah, seriously, fuck Craig. Fuck Alabama.
Fuck Craig.
Uh,
Those are the two safe places for me to put all of this hatred.
Craig, just know that you are serving a just and noble cause of being the lightning rod for most of Austin's hate. It's a tough job. I get it, but that's what we pay you for.
If Craig wasn't around, I'd probably be, screaming German in Alabama right now.
Screaming German in Alabama right
Yeah.
now. Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah. So, I mean, fuck that guy, but it's probably for the best.
What do you have problems with the Germans now? I feel like we've insulted enough.
Oh, no, I have no problems with the Germans. I'm like 90% German.
Why would you be screaming German in Alabama? Oh, screaming something in the German language, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you're screaming the word German in Alabama, like at people. I was super confused.
New Patreon goal.
No, okay, no more Patreon goals. We've already the entirety of this episode has been
$1,000 and I
searching
will
for
scream
sponsorships.
German at every random citizen I meet in my trip to Alabama.
Okay, changing the name of the episode. It's Give Us That Butter Money. Because this whole episode has been us searching for Patreon goals, sponsorships, and talking about butter.
Give us the butter money.
All right, I think that will wrap this episode, this fucked up episode up of the That Got Dark podcast. I'm Logan Peterson.
I'm Austin Swan.
And this has been Butter Talk. We'll see you in the next one, hopefully, if I get this fucking posted anytime soon. Goodbye.
Adios.